Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, it's going to be a match between JH and GoldSCV here on Space once again. In case you don't remember what this map is, then this is your high overview. It's pretty simple. You spawn in one of these locations, and you have a narrow choke, and this is where you fight. And yeah, so it's fastest map ever. The last fastest map ever cast was a little bit lackluster. Right? Right. I saw the comments. You guys. I know, and I pretty much agree with you. Hang on. Where is my... Oh, there's that. And that and that and that. Okay, everything's up right now. Good. Okay, so it's going to be a ZVP. So what I did here as the Zerg player spawned at the top, he is JH. And in the bottom left is the orange Protoss player, GoldSCV, is I actually went to StarCraftWorld.net, where I've been getting these replays for the most part, put a post on the forum, and said, hey guys, I'm Falcon Paladin, I have this channel, come check it out. I've been casting fastest map ever stuff. I need you guys to let me know which one of these replays are best, because I've been kind of choosing at haphazard and randomly, and it's just not working out. So I got 2 or 3 people to send me their replays, and also the owner of the website contacted me and said, hey man, yeah, please let people know about StarCraftWorld.net. They can come, they can join our organization, they can play fastest map ever in a competitive format, and like win prizes and stuff. So I mean, if you're interested in this, if you really have fun with this, watching it, maybe you want to give it a try. Maybe you're better than these guys, right? Maybe you're like, ugh, I play fastest map ever all the time, and I'm way better than these fools. I can beat them. Then go for it, right? Let's check it out. Let's go ahead and see how you do. So sign up over on StarCraftWorld.net, not .com. but .net, and start playing. Okay, so ZVP here, which is a matchup I don't think we've had in the 1v1s anyway for fastest map. And we're going to go ahead and throw up the hatchery up here. Obviously, you do this so you can get creep and throw down sunken colonies and whatnot and defend against early harass. Otherwise, defending is kind of a nightmare. Protoss is going to go ahead and start walling off. Ooh, double zealot, double gate opening here. And what the heck does our Zerg player have at this point? He has some Zerglings on the way. And that's going to be a creep colony, but not a sunken colony yet, according to the production tab. So yeah, Zealots wander up, and they're going to try to go after this sunken, but it's on the way. And there are some Lings here to distract at least a little bit. Although we are watching this sunken. There's the cancel. Canceled the sunken, said that's not going to come up. I don't have enough Lings to deal with 2 probes and 2 Zealots. Maybe this one. Maybe this one we can save. Does he have more Lings on the way? He does have more Lings on the way. This is a good number. This might be a number in which he can engage here. But another Zealot is coming up. The probes get picked off immediately. Some drones coming down to throw up additional creep colonies. This is kind of what we've seen, honestly, in fastest map, is the really big of a rush for Zerg players to get these up, and the rush of opposing players to not let them do that. So it's a pretty intense opening here already. We've got Zealots rolling in. We have Lings rolling in. More Zealots coming from the south here to join the party. And man, a couple of these Zealots are very low on HP. Good micro, moving them back at the stage. Over 200 APM for both of these guys. So they are playing fast, but Sunken does manage to come up. And if it focuses the wounded Zealots here, which it's not doing, but the Lings are doing a pretty good job with it, another Sunken goes down, but another Zealot goes down too. And these 2 Zealots need to get on home because this is too many Lings for them to handle. Dude, focusing on that one would be so great. Are you counterattacking right now? The Lings are counterattacking. Interestingly enough, they're trying to drag the Zealots away from their front door. That's not working, as 4 Zealots are still heading on over. Oh, depowering these gateways would be such a huge move out of JH, and he does depower the 3 gateways. That's massive. That's a huge play. Nice counterattack out of JH. Amazing stuff. Overlord scouting things. What's going on down here, he says? Well, there's a forge, and there are a couple cannons on the way. So this should be enough to keep the Lings away, unless they get extra hits on that cannon before it finishes. And no, they do not, but they should be able to kill it anyway. Remember, cannons are a little bit more flimsy than you'd expect in these situations. And this Ling counterattack doing some work, taking down 2 cannons, one which was already done, and one which was not. Which is still a lost resource, 100% lost. Unless it was canceled, I suppose. But man, more Lings cruising on in right now. We're trying to get up as many health bars as we can here, so you can see what the situation is. That Zealot running away does get focused down. This Zealot trying to run away here too. They're trying to get the pylon, it looks like. Although that is not an Autosis pylon. It's not powering anything that isn't already powered. Getting into the mineral land a little bit is kind of fun. It's like infinite probes for you to kill, but what this has done is effectively put the pressure down on GoldSCV's side. And JH is able to do whatever he wants back home. So he's got the couple Sunkens up. He's just droning his face off right now. He has a lot of drones. Can't exactly see how many, but it's more than a page. That's for sure. Overlord scouting on in to see what's going on, if anything at all. Cyber Core is already done. Additional gateways and a robotics facility coming in. Storm drops are a huge part of fastest map. Whether you're playing against Terran or Protoss or Zerg, doesn't matter. You have this nice juicy area here where every single drone in the world lives right now. If you can storm this and kill all of those, you effectively win. So that's why you definitely want to go for storm drops sooner rather than later, as we see, oh, maybe Reaver drops too. Also not bad. Also not bad. Second Nexus there, robotic support bay coming in there. Yeah, so Reaver's going to be part of the play. Again, we did depower these gateways for a little bit, giving JH a lot of breathing room, man. Just to sit back and do whatever he wanted, and he droned up a whole ton. He threw up some additional hatcheries up here, as we've seen this pattern before. And 3 Sunkens versus 4 Zealots is not good odds for our Zealot friends. They're going to go ahead and pull back. See, there's your shuttle. There is your shuttle movement speed upgrade, which is really important stuff. It's gravitic drive. More and more Zealots coming out, though. We just see a lot of Zealots. Reaver, there's your tech. There's the tech we didn't see from the Protoss in last week's fastest map ever game. So keep that in mind, is we are seeing some higher tech. It's not going to be Zealots all the time here from GoldSCV into this match without question. Also, yeah, you can set up a pylon in the middle here, maybe get some cannons, maybe some shield batteries for the Zealots to fall back to if you want, but really starting to wall this off a little bit. JH, is that a... I don't think there's a Sunken in there, but I can't quite see it. Maybe there's going to be one now. These drones popping out. And no, they want the hole. They do want a bit of a traversing gateway there, so their units can get out. How are the upgrades? Does Zealots have anything at this stage? No, they do not. They do not. But Hydra Tech on the way now from JH, which is a pretty good answer to these Zealots for sure. But Sunken's getting some nice free shots off. This guy's dead. He came up a little bit too far. Flew too close to the sun. Wop, wop, wop. Wop, wop, wop. Wop, wop, wop. The Zealots aren't even really attacking all that well. Kind of messes with their AI to get shot at like that when there's a full wall. So well played with the Reaver. The Reaver is here, and it is mad at 7 minutes into the game. That's what I like about fastest map ever. You can tech pretty fast, guys. He's not going for the drop. Surprisingly, it'd really be effective, I feel like, to get it up there and try to hit those workers, but maybe that's what this is. The Zealot's going to go at the front, and the shuttle's going to head to the left and see what it can get done. There are already Hydras on the map. They're not really in position to intercept a drop. Now they are. Now they are, though, and here is the Reaver drop, and now you have to deal with Scarab AI. Only gets maybe a drone there. That was not a huge number of kills. It was worth a shot, but not incredible. As the Zealots do break through the front door a little bit, only to be met with more Sunkens, and they decide to retreat. So yeah, I want to see how many kills this Reaver has. Maybe 2. I'm going to estimate 2. You got to unload those so I can... Ah, no! Oh, now we'll never know. Nice snipe, though. Hydras come rolling in and snipe that shuttle. Bam! Thank you for nothing there, friends. Hydralisks. Pretty good against Zealots here. If they're microed, even better. And even if they have the support of some Sunkens, they're even better. And there we go. That's what we're looking for here. As the Zealots are getting their running is what they're doing. Zealot legs are almost done, but they're not here yet. And as a result, they can't really jump on the Hydras the way they want to. GoldSCV is actually supply blocked, losing that pylon in the middle. And the Hydra count is insane. JH is looking great here, but he is down 91 to 56 total supply. The thing is, the Hydras counter a lot of what's going on here. However, the Reavers are rolling in now. Oh, 3 Hydras go down. 1 Hydra goes down. 4 more dead. And the Reavers are the answer here. I remember playing the StarCraft Brood War campaign again on my stream, twitch.tv/FalconPaladin, last fall, I want to say it was. And I was just going Ling Hydra in every single map against the Protoss in the campaign. It was super great. And then there was a map where suddenly the AI knew how to use Reavers and High Templar and Storm, and I had to totally switch up my entire strategy. It's that one where you have to rescue Rajugal, and there's a timer on it, and it sucks. It makes you rush, and you have to deal with Reavers. And if you get Guardians, then everything just gets stormed into oblivion. Really forced you to micro a little bit on that one. That was one of the tougher the tougher maps for sure. I love the Hydra split here, though, coming in from different sides. Got to snipe those Reavers. Another huge hit, but the Reavers do go down. And now the Hydras are pulling back to the safety of their Sunkens and saying, if you want to attack us while there are Sunkens stabbing at you, that is, be our guest. Be our guest, be our guest. Yeah, the good thing about this is the Reavers are dying, and therefore they can't be used for drops. So JH doesn't have to worry all that much about additional drops coming into his main base. But we'll keep an eye on it anyway. Try to watch that mini-map fairly closely. See what's going on. So there's your Storm. Storm drop is another thing you can do. Obviously, I mentioned that earlier. But it's fantastic. Now, what Zerg is able to do to harass over on this side, well, let's lurker drops, I guess. Which got a lot of Hydras. So, I mean, getting a bunch of lurkers would not be that hard. I don't see lurker aspect being researched. I guess there's not a lair yet. And in fact, a lair is now coming up at the 10-minute mark. Double shuttle here with Reavers in each. This one's empty, so one of them's a decoy. And it's behind. I kind of would prefer... Oh, man, well, it doesn't matter, does it? Good golly, the Hydras are in position. In position today. That was a huge amount of resources lost for GoldSCV. The Zealots now have that speed. They can jump on these Hydralisks and stab them to death with their little +1 attack claws there. No attack upgrades or armor upgrades for Hydras yet. We are working on range as well as +1 missile attack, but they are some ways off yet. Hydra counterattack. Reaver down. Another Reaver sniped. So I'm liking this. I'm liking what JH is doing right now. Zealots walking? I guess they're up to join their friends. A lot of Zealots out. GoldSCV has the numbers here, right? There's a lot of Zealots, a lot of supply worth of Zealots. Oh, wow, okay, we're just going to keep doing this, huh? All right, sweet. So here comes continued harassment. The Hydras are ready. Eddie Storm's going to get off. Nope. JH has been handling these drops like a pro and like a boss. That was fantastic by him. Utterly, utterly impressive. I loved it. As a Zerg player, I'm a little bit biased, but that was fantastic. I haven't seen a player in Fastest Map ever handle drops this consistently well yet, so I'm really impressed by this level of play. It seems much better than the game we saw last week, even though I'm pretty sure JH was involved, and I can't remember who he was exactly. Anyway, yeah, like I said, Zealots, it takes a while for Hydra to kill them. So you got a Kite, which is hard because they're fast. And if you can fight with the Sunkens and hit them from behind, that's better, right? You need something to buffer the Zealots from the Hydras. And then the Zealots melt, but if they're just by themselves, that's where they get into trouble. They're a little bit of a glass cannon. Our friendly Hydralisks are. Lurker aspect now on the way. 8 hatches at a time being built. Look at that. Look at that 8 hatch action. That's hot stuff. Hot stuff for sure. Meanwhile, back in Protosville, I mean, we can assume there's just been a bunch of Reavers and Zealots made, because that's all we've seen so far. Cannons here. Stargate. First Stargate. Another Zealot Hydra engagement into the middle of the map. Once again, pulling back to the safety of their Sunkens, of which we have many. Kadaran Amulets on the way. Singularity Charge on the way. Gonna want Dragoons at some point to deal with the Lurkers. Zealot's not gonna do it that well. But yeah, attacking on in. He feels like he has enough. Does he have enough Zealots to actually take down all of these Sunkens? He's going for it, but it seems like a really ill-fated idea. Look at the number of Sunkens that are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 Sunkens spread out as well, so the Zealots have to run up to each of them, and everybody dies. 1 Sunken goes down here, and that's it. That is some really efficient, efficient Sunken colony stuff. Shuttles are like, what? How are there? Focus down the shuttles. That was going to unload. Get us. Oh, we got a storm off. Another beautiful storm there, too. That was pretty good. That's a lot of dead drones. And it's 148 to 99 total supply. GoldSCV has a huge supply lead. He's going for Dragoons. He's working on 1 million Immortal Zealots. Does he have additional upgrades for these guys? +1 armor is now done for them. The Hydras are sitting on that +1 attack we mentioned was starting earlier, and it is now complete. And you can't go carrier when there are this many Hydras out. Hydras just eat carriers for breakfast. Hydra, really great anti-air in general against anything that you want to bring at it from the sky for sure. Sunken down. So the question is, how many more Sunkens will go down on these 1-1 Zealots? Reaver's getting some shots off, killing some larvae there, which is nice. It does slow down the production abilities of JH. But remember, he has this many hatcheries. So he's making 15 hydras at a time. No problems, no questions asked. GoldSCV is maxed out at 14 minutes, which is pretty awesome stuff. Scourge in production, 8 lurkers actually on the way up here. Meanwhile, this is getting really intense for JH. Does he want to come in here? He's trying to storm those lurker eggs. He knows what they are. Nuh-uh. Whoa! Massive storms. He kills most of the lurkers when they're in egg stage. And suddenly, it's 178 to 136 supply. There's a couple lurkers here, but where's your detection? Where's your detection now, GoldSCV? Oh, that's the downfall here, is he doesn't have any detection. The storm is great, the reavers are great, but he can't handle the lurkers. He isn't making detection either. I don't know why, but the storm is so amazing. Mutalisks joining the party. We did see a Spire coming up in the production tab. They need to focus down the High Templar is what they have to do. The Zealots are not the concern, really. Dragoon's not really the concern either, guys, but they're just pretty much A-moving and trying to stay alive at this stage. Additional Hydras popping in. 170 to 138 supply. The Hydras. And when you're going to make 15 Hydras at a time, this is what you get, is you get this many Hydras at a time. Oh, free High Templar. Free High Templar. 3 of them going down. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. 3 High Templar. Now, that is a lot of gas GoldSCV just gave up there. Dragoons, actually not good against Hydralisks. They do not trade well. They do not trade efficiently. They do have +2 attack, which helps here. But as you can notice, they're not losing as many Hydras as Dragoons that are going down. And that was a wonderful trade for JH. GoldSCV had to do it because he was defending, but he didn't want to. 15 drones on the way. 8 more Hydralisks coming in now to reinforcements from GoldSCV. Actually going to clean these guys out. But 2 kills on that Hydra. That's what I'm talking about. 2 kills on a unit is really cost-efficient stuff. These guys need to go to work. I got drones doing nothing up here. Also, all these Sunkens are dead. So you got to replace them after that last attack. And any more lurkers? Possibly. There are 5, 6. 6 now. And if GoldSCV refuses to bring observers, that's going to be a problem for him. Is that another? Nope, that's a probe. So we got probes hanging out on either side. But still real no successful drops that I've caught. Which isn't to say they don't exist. Corsairs, though, interestingly enough, bringing Corsairs into play to clear out Overlords that have been scouting all over the place, and supply blocking JH seems like a pretty solid proposition. Oh, here it is. Here is our play right now. Bunch of High Templar from the right side. That was the successful thing the whole time. Good storm. Another great storm. 10 kills on that High Templar. 14 kills on that High Templar. All the drones have to get out. Sure, everybody dies, but that was definitely worth it. Lurkers coming down. Where's your detection? I keep saying this, but where is it? Not here. Make an observer, man. I'm watching your production tab, GoldSCV. You're doing a lot of good stuff. Did those Corsairs just die? They just flew over those Hydras. So a lot of them are dead. Not all of them, though. Another shuttle coming up with Reavers this time. These lurkers are having a grand old time, though. Apparently, most of them don't have any kills whatsoever, but that doesn't really matter. They're very pleased regardless. What is in that shuttle? I don't know. Nothing. Literally nothing. Hey, look, observers are here. But no, the lurkers are down here, you guys. Okay. Well, I guess you just bypass the lurkers and head right into the Zerg base. Why does that sound like a bad idea? That sounds like a pretty good idea, actually. GoldSCV making it happen. It's by the fact that he has a Terran name. His Protoss is looking pretty good. But too many Hydras are responding. The lurkers are still here to screw with guys that are coming home from the war. Look at this. Oh, but the Reavers are in the mix now. Hydras trying to save them. Oh, just going to go down with them, I think. Nope. Splash damage did not hit. That's amazing stuff. Corsairs flying around trying to do things. Yeah, Hydra into Reaver Dragoon is just not a great situation. Picking off some observers there. That's nice. That is great play by JH. Wonderful, wonderful stuff for sure. Yeah, I think I saw somebody in the most recent cast for fastest map ever say, if a Protoss doesn't make carriers on this map, they don't know what they're doing. I mean, the problem is your opponent's going so many Hydralisks. I'm serious. Hydras trade out against carriers like gangbusters. No, one Hydra can't take down a carrier, but cost for cost, they're amazing. Super, super good. Some more shuttle action on the left side. Are these cannons coming up? I guess he's trying to set up little attack lanes he can use so the shuttles can come in without being molested too much. Yeah, look, cannons, man. Oh, but these guys are ready. Are you ready for this? Storms are good. Really good on that right side. Oh, the Templar die almost instantly. But look at these shuttles. They actually got out this time. That's amazing stuff. Meanwhile, Zealots versus Lurkers, not a fight they want to do. 12 kills on that Lurker and 5 on this one. Oof. Efficiency, my good man. That is what that is. Or woman, perhaps? I don't know. They tell me there are females on the internet, but there aren't that many. At least not watching StarCraft. At least not that self-identify as such, because according to my metrics, the male population of my viewers is like 98.3%, so. Yep. Zealots fighting pretty well against these Lurkers, actually. When you have this many, sure the splash damage hurts, sure the Hydras hurt, but you're just trading minerals for gas at this stage as an observer gets picked off. Again, keeping observers dead is really important, but they are in number here. There are 3, which makes it a lot harder to deal with. Hydras versus Storm. Not what the Hydras want to do. I mean, I'm pretty sure JH is only interested in making Hydras in this game. He made a handful of mutas earlier, which was cool. But he's severely outnumbered here. He should really not take this fight. GoldSCV is suddenly up 200 to 137 supply. Nobody's expanded at this stage, but again, Sunken Hydra better than just Hydra, because again, something is buffering for the Hydras. The Sunken. And doing extra damage too. Like, let's not say that's just a tanking mechanism. If you have Lings, honestly, some Lings would not be amiss. Ling Hydra versus Dragoon is kind of unfair. That said, Storm really tilts the odds there. Is getting +1 melee, so he might start going for Lings, which I'd be a really, really big fan of at this stage. Your opponent is going for a lot of Dragoons. Sure, Reavers wreck them, but Lings are cheap. Cheap as free. GoldSCV starting to get a bank here. This is going pretty poorly for our Zerg right now. He's down 50 supply. The Storms are coming hot and heavy. And he doesn't have a bank. He's spending his money as soon as he gets it. He's trying to max out, but GoldSCV slowly pushing forward. He's got the cannons on the contain. These are shuttles. Get in there, man. Lurkers come in, burrow in. Is there any detection? There is, and yes, the observers are detecting quite nicely. The shuttle's trying to figure out where the best place to go is. That left side is not the best place to go, as there are Hydras and spore colonies everywhere. A bit of a breather here. JH has managed to max out 189 supply just by making 11 to 15 Hydras at a time with all of the many hatcheries he has. He's not even using everybody in these fights. He's just like, hey, what? Oh my gosh, the spores. Who makes it through alive? There's a storm drop. Gets 1. How about you, buddy? Nothing in you. You were a decoy and you made it through. That sucks. You were supposed to die so your shuttle brethren could live. That's how that works, right? It sure is. Wow, JH is making 30 drones, though. He's like, you know what? I can replace these. I have a whole lot of larvae down here. I have so many units, I can't even use them all. The problem is, I don't know how JH... I mean, he's going for Greater Spire. So, sure. Guardian, fine. The problem is Storm. I mentioned that previously. Storm is really good against Guardians because they're slow and can't dodge it very well. What is this? 2 empty shuttles? Go back home and pick some stuff up, you lazy shuttles. Also, GoldSCV is not trying the hallucinated Arbiter trick or the hallucinated shuttle trick. It just allows you to get up there with units that don't cost you anything other than energy, although I guess saving it for Storm is better. And I suppose shuttles are cheapest free anyway since they're only minerals, and he's got 10,000 minerals in the bank right now. Is he still not? I mean, again, you really can't be going carrier here. Your opponent has all the Hydralisks in the known world with 2-2. Finally going for Scarab damage upgrade is GoldSCV. Yeah, this whole situation here with the Reavers and the Dragoons is really pretty great. Dragoons by themselves, no, but with support of other units, really great against Hydras. Especially when this stuff is happening. God, the Reaver hits are insane. Yeah, I don't know about this. Again, these are empty. I don't... Just hanging out, that's all. Reavers still trying to push through the wall of static defense here. GoldSCV going for upgrades. Actually getting Disruption Web. Oh. Disruption Web on these Sunkens would be pretty fantastic. And on the Hydras, too. Ah, alright. Let's see if this works out here. JH is trying to come out here, but... the Reaver shots on the left side and on the right side and the left side again. Just too much. Here's your load up. Here's your Reavers doing stuff. The Reaver count is getting kind of insane. There are 7 Reavers here with, oh, almost with the upgrade. There it is, 125 damage splash per one of those buddies. Static defense and Hydras never stood a chance. The trades here are going abysmally for JH right now. Yeah, I think GoldSCV may have just done it. We got Mutas on the way, so we are going to try to go for some of those Guardians against this. But again, the Storm's going to be fairly consistent. The High Templar do not want to wander up here in range of Sunkens and stuff. Well, they're all dead anyway. So Hydra's coming from a nice concave and actually going to be able to pick off a few of these Reavers, bringing that count down to 3. But guess what? Oh, not even down to 3, down to 4. 14 HP on that Reaver. Thank you for asking. More storm drop attempts over here. The getting on out. Getting on out there, though. Observer sight range. Sure. I mean, it's pretty good already, but 7 Guardians. Here they are. Here are the Guardian Cocoons. And against these 3 Dragoons, JH, I think, is going to be okay. Ah, here are the Lings, though. Kind of. They tried to do stuff. They did. Yeah, why don't you run? Why don't you run, Reavers? There are Guardians in the sky. Didn't see that tech switch, did ya? Oh, snap. The shuttle's come. Ooh, ow. Ouch. Just ran into about 20 Hydras there. Not good. What's the answer going to be? 11 Dragoons, I guess? The dumb thing about Guardians is they're amazing, but they float towards targets. So they can outrange cannons, but they will sometimes be like, I'm just going to move a little bit closer and let this cannon shoot me in the face for a minute. How do you feel about that? And I do not feel good about it. Oh, there's a storm. Actually, pretty decent dodge on the Guardians. They're a little zippier than maybe I was trying to sell you guys on earlier. Little teeny tiny bit zippier. Adrenal glands coming in. More drones coming in to replace the ones that have been stormed. Maybe to increase his gas income too, because of why not. Really got to watch out for not over droning and over probing, just because if you have too many workers, your army size is going to be puny. But not enough workers, and you can't make an army anyway because you don't have the income. So go figured on that one. That is what the supply cap of 200 is all about. Oh, the storm. Remember what I said about the storm? That's a lot of dead Guardians. This kind of feels like a final push out of GoldSCV. The Guardians are here, but I don't know if there are enough of them. The Mutas are trying to do stuff, but the Dragoon count is kind of insane. Then they have 3-3-3, mind you. 3-2 on the Hydras, 3 armor on the Guardians, but they keep getting outnumbered. Yeah, 20 Hydras in production at a time. The Guardians are just getting smashed in the face and not getting microed there at all. Hydras trying to come in from the top side, but just, last Guardian down. Alright, so Sunken Hydra versus Dragoon, not bad. I'm liking it. I'm liking this on the right side. This is a pretty good engagement, but these 5 Reavers are, they just have murder on their minds right now. Yeah, this is all the splash damage you will ever want as a Protoss, is this whole Storm Reaver stuff. How many kills I can't tell how many kills you have because you're constantly building Scarabs. Hey, more Guardians are joining the party, though. Storm dodging, getting hit by Corsairs and Archons. Oh, the Archon. 10 kills on that Archon. He is a hero of the day for ire. More mutas in production. Gas pretty low for JH. 300 gas. Working on upgrades for the Flyers. But the mutas aren't going to do anything against these Archons or these Dragoons, really. Here come the drops again. And trying to unload on top of lurkers does not go well for you. We've seen that before. That's what that attempt was, and everybody died. But the slow push is slow, but it is pushing. Guardians on the right side. Blah, 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 blah. Trying to get rid of the Reavers. They do get one of the Reavers. There's only one remaining here, which is pretty nice. But guess who has 200 supply? It's not JH. It's GoldSCV. He's got Dragoons and Corsairs and Archons in production at all times. That High Templar tries to get... Oh, doesn't have enough energy for anything, really. And in fact, is maybe gonna live because of the help of the friends here. It's a lot of Lings rolling in. But remember what I said about Lings versus Reavers. It's not a pretty picture. And I don't like doing it. Yeah, this is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. This is too much yellow. It's on the production facilities now. Hatcheries are going down, negating JH's ability to just remax on whatever the crap he wants. Guardians are fighting. They're fighting admirably. They're fighting well, bringing the lurkers down from protecting drones to try to help the front door survive. But there's detection, as you can see here. And 125 per shot is a lot per shot. Man, hatchery count is low. There's the one here. Oh, disruption web being used, strangely enough. That, I don't know why that position. But yeah, man, that's it. There's your GG. JH is done. And GoldSCV is your winner in 32 minutes and 15 seconds. That was hard fought. That was a hard fought match. No question about it. Woo-wee. That was fun. That was a fun one. Fun one. That was great. I really, really, really enjoyed that. Storm drops, Reaver drops, Guardians, Reavers, Storm, 3 Dragoons. Can't tell how many kills these Reavers have because this building animation takes up that spot. And yeah, GoldSCV was a little bit touch and go there when there were Zerglings in the base and these gateways were unpowered. But he held it off and then drew up some cannons and stuff and did some drops and got upgrades and a lot of robotics facilities and a lot of Reavers and some Corsair in the mix too. And by golly, it worked out. It was a war of attrition. A lot of stuff died. But as mentioned, as soon as the Protoss player got up here and started killing hatcheries, that was it. You don't have the ability to remax here as JH. You're toast. He's got bank, right? You're like, why did he tap out? He had 6,900 minerals and 1,900 gas. Because he had exactly... Well, that hatchery was dead, and that is basically it. If you lose this, your ability to get future resources is toast. But he had one hatchery and 2 hatcheries besides that anyway. So that was it. All right. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Check out the score here. Yeah, 561,000 for the Protoss and 488,000 for the Zerg. 1,115 Zerg units killed. 1,200 produced from JH. APM 274 for the Protoss, 234 for the Zerg. Structures killed in the end, 31 to 82. JH did raise more, but most of those were cannons and not important buildings. And then in the end, just resources, man. The drops really took their toll on JH. More gas mined, more minerals mined, more total spent by... How much? Dang, more spent by like 15,000 resources there, if my math is correct. Is it a, no, not 15, 150. Is that 100? No, nope, hang on, that's not it either. 15. 15 is right. Never do math on stream, they always say, and for good reason. All right. Fantastique. That's going to be it, though. That's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin, coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.